Hi there, Laurel here. This video is a little bit different than my normal because this is actually a replay from a live Periscope broadcast that I did earlier where I demoed the Brother Scan and Cut Direct Cut feature. So I wanted to share that with you here. So what I've done is just copied the video, the broadcast that I did over to my YouTube channel, and I'm just popping in here and doing a voiceover for it. So I hope that this is helpful for you. But again, this is different than my normal videos that I do. So also my setup is unusual because it's hard to fit the big, huge, it's not really that big, but my video setup is not a big setup. So it's hard to kind of get everything under the camera. So just bear with me, but I wanted to share this with you over here on YouTube as well. So this is the Brother Scan and Cut here. I have nicknamed it Dobby, you know, from Harry Potter. And I went ahead and stamped out all of these images. These are just many different images from stamp sets that I have. And I used my Misty, thank God, because there were a couple of images that I didn't get clean impressions on. And I would have ruined the whole sheet trying to stamp over that had I not used the Misty here. So I'm very, very, very happy that I took the time to mount all of these images onto my Misty. So I've got those images stamped. I'm just using some Nina 120 pound solar white cardstock. So I've got all that stuff. So what I need to do is go ahead and mount it onto the mat that comes with the Scan and Cut. Now this is the model CM350. It's the second model and it has the Wi-Fi capabilities as well. So I got this off of HSN when they were having their sale. There's also one available over at Amazon. It's available for pre-order. It ships out the 1st of October and I'll be sure to link to it right here for you. This model is on sale for $299. Its retail value is $399. So what I'm going to do is just go ahead and turn this baby on, and then I'm going to go ahead and load my cardstock with all those stamped images onto the mat that comes with the Scan and Cut. It's a little tacky mat. If you're familiar with how a Silhouette Cameo works and that kind of thing, it's similar to that. So you're just going to take it and you're just going to put your cardstock right on top, and then I'm going to go ahead and feed my mat into the machine. I'm trying to arrange my camera so you can see where I'm pushing. So here I'm going to go ahead and click Direct Cut, and you see that little start stop button has lit up. So it's going to go ahead and feed that through. It's scanning the image. So you'll see it go in one end and it'll pop right out the other. And what that does is it scans the image, preparing it to cut. So right now it's going through its recognizing process here, which is fairly quick because we're doing the direct cut. And then you can see on the display pad there my images. It's hard to see because I'm far away. I'm going to try to get a little closer for you if I can. So I'm going to go in. You can crop out where you want to cut. So if you only wanted to cut some of the images you put on your paper, you can do that too. There's an option. There's a little center button there that's kind of like an offset circle. And that is what I use to determine if you want to have a border around the edge of your stamped images. I can see right now the lines, they're bolded lines, and those bolded lines indicate where your Scan and Cut is going to cut. And I can see it had a problem picking up the little book image there. I'm not sure why. That's for future troubleshooting. So for some reason it just didn't pick up the book. I don't know why. I got a pretty good impression. So I have found that you've got to get really good impressions, make sure there's no gaps or overlaps in your stamping. If you find that there is, or if there's an image that's not closed in, go in with the pencil line, close it all in, run it through your Scan and Cut, and then just erase the pencil lines when you're done. So I've gone ahead again and used that crop feature. So I'm going to go ahead and cut everything out. We're just going to see how it works here. And again, I did this all live on Periscope, so we were having some fun chitter chatter back and forth while it was cutting. So I apologize for the position of my camera. I don't have a very professional setup, so so now here's where you can pick the border. If you want no border at all, you want it to cut right up against the line, you'll keep it at 0.00. I want a little white border, so I just hit that plus sign one time and it took me to 0.04. And now I'll have that little white border that you're used to if you use die cuts. So once I've got that all set and ready to go, I'm just going to go ahead and press cut. I'm going to show you again here. You press cut and it'll say processing. And then the little start and stop button again will light up. So you just go ahead and push that button. And then we're just going to watch it go back and forth here. And it'll cut and we'll see how it does. Again, since this was live, uh, you know, you see what you get. That's the fun thing about Periscope is you can't edit out Periscope. You can't edit out your mistakes or anything like that. So that's what makes it interesting over there. But I also like YouTube as well. So anyway, you can see it's just cutting. It's not very loud if you're familiar with the Cameo or cutting machines. It's very similar to that. And we're going through and just cutting all these images. So anyway, so while it's doing its thing, I wanted to come up with a name for my Cameo. So, I mean, my Cameo, oh my gosh, my Scan and Cut, the Brothers Scan and Cut. I wanted to come up with a name for it. So these are previous images that I cut with the Scan and Cut, and it does cut colored images. So what I had done is stamped these images just like I did here, and I colored in a few of them. I didn't do them all because I wasn't sure if it was going to recognize colored images, and it does. So anyway, so while this was going through, we were gabbing and we were coming up with name options for my Scan and Cut, and I wanted it to have a boy name, and we came up with all kinds of fun names. Edward Scissorhands was one of them, you know, because of the cutting. But what I ultimately went with is Dobby from Harry Potter. That was a fun name that someone came up with. There were a lot of fun names. My son, of course, wanted me to name it Peter for Peter Parker for Spider-Man, which new. But we went with Dobby. May he rest in peace. So yeah, that's my Scan and Cut's name now. Dobby. I dubbed thee Dobby. So it didn't take long at all to go ahead and cut all of those images. So when I finish cutting, I just say okay, and at this point you can turn it off or whatever you want to do. What I'm going to do is move it off of my surface and put it on the floor because I need the room to be able to peel up these images and see what cut and what didn't. So I didn't know if I could just shut it off from the middle or not. So I went all the way back to the home screen before I powered it off. You know, I don't know how testy these little guys are. So now it's hard to tell what's cut and what's not. So what I do is I just take my cardstock from the bottom and I just start peeling it up slowly. And I am using the 120-pound Nina Solar white cardstock, and my blade is set on 10. Now for some reason that cup, it didn't cut the cup. It only cut the Cool Whip out of the cup, out of the inside of the cup. So that was interesting to me. And then of course I knew it wasn't going to cut the book because I noticed that. So those are the two images it didn't cut. I'm still very happy with it, and once I play with this, I mean, I've only had this for a few days, and I've only sat down and did actual cutting with it for 3 or 4 times. So I'll troubleshoot around why it possibly didn't cut that. I think it's hilarious it only cut the little bit of Cool Whip out of that cup. But my Dobby or Scan and Cut will come with this little spatula. It also comes with a stylus for that touch screen. So the spatula, I'm just kind of peeling it right up. So easy to use. I'm telling you what, so easy to use. I have so many coordinating dies that go with my stamp sets. I can't tell you how much money this is probably going to save me. It's an investment at first, of course. It's $299 when you get it on sale. Like right now, again, it's pre-order over at Amazon for $299. I caught the HSN deal when it was $299 as well a couple weeks ago. So when you're done, you want to go ahead and take that covering that the mat came with and put it right on over the top, because you don't want any dust or lint or anything getting on it, because then you get all that, it gets stuck in all that sticky stuff, and then you'll lose the stickiness of your mat, and you need that stickiness to hold your cardstock in place. So yeah, I'm very pleased with the cut. I mean, you can see it's just great. If you want a thicker border, you can just go back to that option where I hit the plus sign and got the 0.04. You can hit it more times and you can get a super thick border, or you can not hit it at all and you'll have no border. It'll cut right up against the line. So it's really whatever you want to do. You're left with all the negative pieces. So, it's really fun, and I'm very, very impressed with it and how well it works. Yes, I had some issues on these 2 images, which I will try to figure out what happened there. But overall, I'm very, very happy. I have the Cameo. I bought the Scan and Cut mat, which is, just only $10 over on Amazon. But it just would not work out for me. I did YouTube troubleshooting. I spent hours trying to figure out what was wrong, and I just couldn't get the computer to talk to the Cameo, or the Cameo to recognize the recognition marks. It was just a mess. So I just stopped, and I got this, and I was able to use this baby right out of the box. So yes, it's an investment. Christmas is coming up. Just saying, maybe you can put it on your wish list. I have an Amazon wish list that I keep going all year long. So this is just an option, and if for those of you that have the Scan and Cut, I just wanted to show you the basic direct cut feature. And it's so far I'm very technically challenged, and I'm really liking this so far. So I can't wait. There's so much more you can do with it. It came with pens. I got a black and red pen. I need to master this part first before I attempt to even move on to anything else this baby can do. So I'm going to focus on just cutting, and then I'm also going to figure out how you can cut the inside lines, because I know you can do that. I know there's a way that you can cut the inside lines of dies as well. Like if you have like a pitcher or something like that and you want to cut out the inside handle, there's a way to do it. I'm going to figure that out too. So yeah, so Dobby, I'm really liking you. You know what I'm saying? Thanks for watching, and I'll be back again with one of my regular videos very soon.